Adam and Eve, the first family. In the very beginning, before there were any people, animals, or trees, there was only God. And God decided to create something wonderful, a beautiful world full of light, colors, and life. He made the sun to shine during the day and the moon and stars to sparkle at night. He made the oceans, mountains, and fields filled with flowers. God looked at everything he made and said, "It is good." But God wasn't finished. Out of the dust of the ground, God formed the first man and gently breathed life into him. His name was Adam. Adam opened his eyes and saw a world that was perfect: birds flying in the sky, rivers flowing through the land, and animals all around him. God gave Adam a special place to live called the Garden of Eden, a paradise filled with every fruit tree and plant he could ever need. God loved Adam and wanted him to have a friend, someone just like him. So one day, while Adam was asleep, God took one of his ribs and made a woman named Eve. When Adam woke up, he was amazed. "She is bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh," he said with joy. Adam and Eve became the very first family. Life in the garden was peaceful. Adam and Eve worked together, cared for the animals, and walked with God every day. There was no sickness, no sadness, and no worries, only joy and love. God told them they could eat from every tree in the garden except one. He pointed to a specific tree and said, "Do not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for if you do, you will surely die." Adam and Eve understood, and for a while, they obeyed God completely. But one day, while Eve was walking through the garden, a sneaky serpent slithered up to her. This serpent was clever and full of lies. It whispered, "Did God really say you can't eat from any tree in the garden?" Eve answered, "We can eat from all of them except that one. If we touch or eat from it, we'll die." The serpent laughed softly. "You won't die. God just doesn't want you to be as wise as He is. If you eat it, you'll know everything good and bad." Eve looked at the fruit. It was shiny and beautiful. She began to wonder, maybe the serpent is right. So she took a bite. Then she shared it with Adam, and he ate it too. The moment they ate the fruit, everything changed. They felt something they never had before: shame. They looked at themselves and realized they were naked, so they sewed fig leaves together to cover up. When they heard God walking in the garden, they hid behind the trees. God called out, "Adam, where are you?" Adam replied, "I heard you and was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." God asked, "Did you eat from the tree I told you not to?" Adam tried to blame Eve. "The woman you gave me, she gave me the fruit." And Eve blamed the serpent. "It tricked me." God was sad because they disobeyed him. Sin had entered the world, something that would bring pain, sadness, and death. God told the serpent that one day someone would come and defeat evil forever. He told Adam and Eve that life would be harder now. They would have to leave the beautiful garden, but God still loved them deeply. Before they left, God made clothes for them from animal skins to keep them warm and safe. Even though Adam and Eve had made a big mistake, God never stopped caring for them. He still had a plan to save the world through his son Jesus, who would come many years later. Adam and Eve began a new life outside the Garden of Eden. They worked the land, had children, and started the human family we all belong to today. And though they couldn't walk with God in the garden anymore, God's love never left them. He still wanted people to know him, talk to him, and live in his light. Even when we make mistakes, God still loves us. He forgives us and helps us learn to do better. Adam and Eve's story reminds us that listening to God brings peace and joy, and that no matter what, his love never ends.